or 31, Intents and Purposes, featuring Sonny Jenkins and Eric Upchurch. I'm Stephanie Rearick, your host. I'm gonna start with our theme music. Thank you. I'd like to welcome my first guest, Sonny Jenkins. And welcome everyone. Thanks for being here at the Human Show at beautiful Cafe Coda in Willie Street, Madison. This is live and live streamed, so feel free to share the recording with your friends. Sonny, welcome.
Hello everybody. I'm Sonny Jenkins. I'm the comedian that they booked for the afternoon, so I hope y'all are ready for a little... No, I'm just playing. I'm artist Sonny Jenkins. I am a native of Madison, Wisconsin. Been doing music for a long time. I think before I really get started, I have to adjust my seat. You guys gotta understand one thing, in the suit that I'm wearing, have a little homage to like Frank Sinatra and those guys, Sammy Davis. They'd always come on stage with their drink and, you know, some. But let me not mess that up. One thing I just wanted to say is it's been an honor for me to be able to perform here today because I am a graduate of Madison Media Institute for Audio Engineering and a bachelor in Entertainment and Media Business, and one of my professors was the owner of this great establishment right here, Hannah Taylor. So I want to be able to take my hats off for my first performance in a while to one of my teachers and professors. On that note, let's get into it. Let's get into it. hope everybody's drinking. Wait a minute, now stop blinking. Start over.
Start it over?
Yeah. Didn't hear the lead in. Might have to turn me down. I see what's about. You're now dealing with the sun. Jenkins. It's hot. Please stop thinking that you can get it. You wasting your time drinking. A shot of energy when I'm in it. Now stop blinking. Tell them to their face you're weak, man. I'm teaching you how to hold your swagger right and make the speech blend in with a pen. So you defeat them. Thought you made it up when you wrote it, but you repeat it. How you claiming you the king of the pen? Cause when you come across the line, you'll get eaten again. Yes, dangerous, Sonny's the beast with a pen. I done took them all before, now watch me beat them again. So many claiming the title, but they act so phony. You can't be from the town, cause maybe you don't know me. Anybody in my city, they'll vouch for me. Sonny's a fucking gunner, better watch out, homie. Yep, these rappers I'm breaking and putting it into all the frontin' and faking. That's the buzz I'm making. They couldn't ever beat me, so they started hating. Go ahead, lay it down. Addicted to crime, so you ain't gotta give it to me, cause I'm taking the shine. Go ahead, lay it down. The gold is mine. Look, I got these people stripping out of their clothes. It's suicide. Got these fishes jumping out of the bowl. Oh, you see the kids spitting out of control. Now somebody go get a shovel and dig them out of their hole. Just like the devil, I get them out of their soul and apply a little pressure to get them out of their zone. Kick in the door and get them out of their home. I told you the prince is back. Get them out of his bone. You're not cold, you impressing them. No, take time, go to the lab, work on your diction and flow. Step up your level, nigga, get a new mode. Cause my code is robbery, and I'm sticking to slow. These damn Joes so soft and low. See a lot of them got spirit, but they lost their soul. Originality, they ought to know. Why you claiming you keep it real, but you often don't? These rappers are working. Yeah, my mic is a bit. Turn my mic down a little. Yeah. They couldn't ever beat me, so they started hating. I'm just getting loose now. So you ain't gotta give it to me, cause I'm taking the shine. You thought it was mine, and I call it the mask and gloves. It's robbery time. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. Look, I'm Sonny J, the team of Mr. Jenkins. I bet you know me when I'm done with it. 180 say it ain't no fun unless the sun's in it. And Sonny say it ain't no fun unless the gun's in it. Come with my clique, we never snitch, you never run, dig it. I come with it, them I put in their place. Haters be looking amazed if they want to attain my level, so come get it. Fear is not a vision, they hoping for cake to save, hoping that they can place me in early grave. Well, come dig it. Watching devils grabbing shovels, but I'm not giving no shits, cause I got something for you some bitches. You out of your mind, out of your space, out of your time. I'm a blow to the spine, paralyze them, and I tell them to run with it. Certifiable nightmare with one vision. Get this money, maybe the fame if it comes with it. On my name, I make it rain till the people come visit. He never keeping the funds with it. Know me like I'm the sun, kills. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. You don't know me, you don't know me, you don't know me, dog. Okay, that you know me now. So they act raw, fuck around, tight jeans, showing their ass off. You put that heat in their hand and they still soft, man. I never feared nigga in skinny jeans and a sports bra. A real boss, dress for that top roll. You level them niggas, dress for the block hoes. Type of niggas to be impressed at the block hoes. We in the building, you ain't needed on the block hoes. Hustle tight, never stressed on the block, bro. And when you see me, bet I'm dressed to the socks, though. Looking like Clark Kent, but the kid got dough. Turn off the lights in the booth, the kid gotta go. Turn off the lights in the booth, I'm on my dark shit. What? Blunts in the gas, ready to spark shit. Target them haters, ready to start shit. Fly a Superman in this bitch, I'm on my Clark Kent. Look, the rap game is getting so lame. Niggas with no talent be getting the most fame. These cats with no game be getting the most dames. Niggas say that they get money, but don't save it. Well, okay, I got the game and the choker. You cats who wanna play with investment, I'm the joker. Shoot from the hip, the flows out of the holster. I hate your ass on Fox News like Ian Holder. I'm in Wisconsin where the winter is colder. Set fire to the track Boy, let's watch it smolder. You want young money, I need my profits older. So I hit the hustle like I got a chip on my shoulder. Nigga got a brick on my shoulder. On the way to see my chick after a lick for a boulder. Feeling like I can hustle me a brick from a boulder. Put your hands on my chips here, the click and it's over. Soldier boy, look for your boys and soldiers. Eating your whole dinner before my breakfast is over. Get up, get on my business after breakfast is over. Breakfast is over, your session is over.
Turn off the lights in the booth.
I'm on my
dark shit. 2 blunts of the gas, ready to spark shit. Target them haters, ready to start shit. Fly a Superman in this bitch.
I'm on my Clark Kent.
I've been staying on my hustle, trying to build my team. If
Look.
you looking for a hustler, then him I
Shout out to my man Hana on this one.
always like MIBs. If
Yeah.
you really about your paper, yelling
Yeah.
M-I-E.
Yelling M-I-E.
M-I-E.
Money improves everything, so then I see. Going hard with my hitters, so with them I eat.
If you really about your paper, yelling
Look.
M-I-E.
See, I done come a long way from selling dime bags and passing times between class and the hallway. Just trying to stay in good hands like I'm all safe. Just trying to stretch them rubber bands till I'm all great. Taking the safe, but still watching for all fakes. They say I'm eating, so yeah, I'm cleaning all plates. Just trying to see that bread like I'm moving all weight. State to state for shows, I'm doing all dates. All dates. Not pursuing the baller's fate, but looking for that kind of wealth you can never give all away. Hannah Taylor taught me doing it until they fall away. When they fall away, fuck tomorrow, just give your all today. If they hard, make something sunny, stick that salt and make a plate. Eat it all up, man, you see what salt can make. I'm never quitting and never stalling, I call it hate. So you can say what you want for money and change it all today.
Staying on my hustle,
Just
trying
to
to build my team.
Yeah.
You looking for a hustler, then him I be. Stay in the black always,
like M.I.B.s.
If you really about your paper, yelling M-I-E, yelling M-I-E, M-I-E. Money improves everything, so then I see. Going hard with my hitters, so with them I eat. If you really about your paper, yelling M-I-E.
Yeah, look, I say nothing, we change it all today. The right amount of it, all the stress and problems is out the way. And so my grind is on something you see I'm gonna stay. And never gonna play with my money or let it run away. No fun today on the money mission, I'm gonna stay. Nigga, put them guns away, crack the book, then I stack them funds away. No sugar coating, I keep it real, I ain't come to play. Really, I come to pick 30 minutes of fame, gotta compensate for all the time I wasted. Late nights behind the gates, knowing I'm innocent, though the judge then gave me time away. So bright I shine on that box, trying to take my shine away. So with every rhyme I lay, I spit double for the time that was taken away. So here I say I'll be coming forward till I'm in my grave. Nothing in my way, and the fan behind me, nothing in my way. And until my wake, you will see me grinding every second I wake. I cannot stress it enough. Every breath I take, I'ma get this cake.
Staying on my hustle, just to build my team.
Yeah.
You looking for a hustler, then him I be. Stay in the black always, like
Yeah.
M-I-Bs. If you really about your paper,
Just yelling M.I.E., yelling M.I.E.,
M-I-E. Money improves everything, so then I see. Going hard with my hitters, so with them I eat. If you really about your paper, yelling M-I-E.
Look, every breath I take, I'ma get this cake. Shaking bacon in the kitchen daily and watch for the jakes. Suit and tie in the business place and still watch for the fakes. All I'm saying is get your paper and watch for the fakes. They full of hate in your position, they plotting to take. These apples falling off the tree, they rotting today. Well, let me cut them at the knees, I'm chopping today. Play with me, your next of kin can be plotting your grave. Ayy, I got the squad right behind me, and got the queen and the fam right beside me. Sunny, no shade, the flow is blinding. And when you find me, you will see me grinding. Yelling M.I.E., M.I.E. Money improves everything, so then I see. Going hard with my hitters, so with them I eat. If you really about your paper, yelling M.I.E. Okay. I'm good, I'm okay. Now I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm great. I'm great. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm great. Check it out, look. I'm the boss, you don't wanna offend me. My best friend's a dog, I call him Benji. Money green like the way I be. I need
they not talking about money is what they say about me. I pop bottles in the VIP. I'ma order about 5, even though I don't drink. But I'm known for smoking. Burger King, 18 hours a day, I'm roasting. Floating like a kite, finna blow like the breeze. My squad's the Rat Pack, cause we on IG. No laws can take calls. My clique rolled up to the squall and 8 balls. 8 balls, faster than side, just rated off. Keep money in my shoes, call it a cakewalk. And I stay talking money, no time to pause. Riding every day like I won't see tomorrow. Not even cops can frost my cars, cause my wings gotta be colder than Santa Claus balls. I'm okay. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm great. I'm great. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm great. Really? Homie, tell me what you thinking about. And believe it when I'm speaking, they be geeking out. Tell me the tiger, great is what I be about. Check the dude squad up, let them demons out. Look, I'm getting paid, homie. Fresh fitted, sick with it, new J's on me. Better loud ass, Sonny gon' blaze, homie. Killing the game for real, these killers fake, homie. They stay phony, but they hating on me. Swag stupid on you cats, going straight down. Look, it's new age money. They say I'm great, like I got them frosted flakes on me. I'm getting paid, homie. Fresh fitted, sick with it, new J's on me. Wasn't loud ass, Sonny gon' blaze, homie. Killing the game for real, these killers fake, homie. I'm okay. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I'm great. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. I don't know about you, but I'm great. Hey, I'm okay. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm paid. Thank y'all. And I'm on my first set right there. It's a nice little warm up. I don't know about you, but I'm straight. I don't know about you, but I'm
Awesome. Let's hear it for Sonny Jenkins. All right, we'll be back up and we'll do a little interview and another set of music after we hear from Eric Upchurch. Come on up. Do you want to sit on?
Sure. You wanna show the back, man?
Oh, that's cool. I appreciate it.
All right.
I'm gonna sit up straight.
Do you want the, if you can pull the mic down closer to your mouth. All right, welcome. Thanks again to Sonny Jenkins, and we'll hear more. And I'm really excited to hear now from Eric Upchurch. And Eric, I invited you to speak here because I see that you have a book coming out Monday, and you have had an interesting story ever since I met you 10 years ago or something. And
Something like that.
you've had a lot of recent events, so I would just love for you to tell us your story in your words. I'll ask you some follow-up
Yeah.
questions.
I appreciate that. What's up, y'all? What's good? Man, it's been a journey. That's right. What a journey. So I got to meet you, Stephanie, in my organizing world, and the way that I got there was from homelessness. Actually, I came from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Graduated from UW-Madison with a Bachelor's of Science in Consumer Affairs and Business. And I, for whatever reason, was so sure I was gonna be some kind of superhero somewhere. Like I was gonna be somebody's Batman, something like that, you know. But the thing with Batman is, if you know, I don't know how much y'all know about Batman, but his real name is Bruce Wayne. And Bruce Wayne is the chairman and CEO of Wayne Enterprises, which allows him to be Batman. And so ever since I was a kid, I was always like, how can I get that Wayne Enterprises energy going, you know? And really, man, I actually had a conversation earlier today about how honest that pursuit has been my whole life, but also how diluted and distracting it's been. because I wasn't trying to be Bruce Wayne. I was trying to do what Batman did. You know what I mean? But that pursuit brought me through my schooling. I developed the university's first entrepreneurship program for marginalized youth. That got me into this nonprofit consulting and all of that stuff. And I called myself, chairman and CEO of, some consulting firm. But I wasn't making no money. So I ended up homeless shortly after graduation. And I remember this breakdown moment of just wondering why I wasn't helping people, why I wasn't Bruce Wayne yet or doing the Batman thing yet. And I'll never forget, I was sitting on a couch at my guy's house, and it was like this music was playing and we were smoking. This was back when I was still smoking. And it was like something about the lighting or something. I think a fan was blowing, but I just got super emotional and I started bawling like I had never cried before. And there was so much anger and frustration at God, at everything, about why this shit ain't working, I don't know if we can cuss on your show.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Whatever you
All right,
like.
cool. Well, why this shit ain't working? Damn it. And but I remember my guy, he was kind of looking at me like kind of stuck. Like, I don't know if I'm supposed to like hold my bro or, you know what I'm saying? Just console him somehow. But it was like an ugly face cry. And we're not really ready for that all the time, So, but ultimately I landed at this place of clarity, right? And I feel like it's in those moments of intense pressure that we get choices and we get these moments of opportunity to choose which direction we're gonna go. If we're gonna tune into what's really been there for us the whole time, or if we're going to keep lying and keep trying to be Bruce Wayne, So you asked me how I got started, and ultimately I ended up saying, look, I don't need to be Bruce Wayne or Batman. If I want to help people, I can just help people. And I volunteered for 2 social justice organizations, and I helped them form a coalition called the Young Gifted and Black Coalition. We started shutting shit down 2014, 15, 16, 17, and helped to mobilize thousands of people to interrupt the jail project, and had a whole bunch of great projects come out of that. And all of a sudden people were like, man, Eric might know something. I started working at YWCA. I think they just wanted some street cred, honestly. They was like, him, you know what I mean? Like, they didn't care where I fit in. They just wanted me to be able to be like, yeah, and YGB in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but I was blessed to be able to get their director of development and marketing role, and I was charged with raising $3 million a year. And in 2016, I helped them raise over $14 million in that year alone. If you look at their 990s, it's the only year they've ever done that, because they lost me, I'm saying. But it's been this journey since then. Now I'm in fundraising, you know what I mean? Thinking, okay, I'm gonna be this fundraiser dude, and I'm gonna just, be the guy that raises a bunch of money. And I was distracted, and I think that I was only working my way toward these moments of realization where I get to see what's really here for me.
The whole nonprofit and the fundraising and the necessity of that, it creates, necessitates, I think, putting on those blinders and going for that. And especially when you think about where the stockpiles of money are coming from initially, it's a bit of a perverted cycle. So I'm glad you brought that up. So speaking of perverted cycles, let's go into some more recent history about money, our criminal system. Go ahead and
Yeah. So, well, the premise of the book, it's called Pure Intent. And it's all about how we have so many well-meaning intentions of the things that we want to do, right? We say we're gonna, I want to help somebody, right? And then in our helping them, we end up hurting them. Or we say people need resources. So we have this grant program, and then through this process, people end up re-traumatized or competing against each other. For instance, the nonprofit industrial complex, where you have people, good people, that are competing with each other for funds to do similar work. And so we have this unintended consequence of a lack of collaboration, of competition, of secrecy, and a lack of support when there are great people that want to make the world a better place. And so the intention is, great thing, let's fund everybody, let's make it happen, let's get money out there. But then we have this consequence that impacts how our programs are working and the people that we work with, and then how effective they actually are. And I think one of those unintended consequences was with the Paycheck Protection Program. So some of you might know, there's been a lot of people who has anybody here heard of the PPP, or a bunch of people getting money, stuff like that? Okay, so imagine this, right? You got this, somewhat handsome young black man who believes in his mind that there's a Bruce Wayne in there somewhere, right? And the desire, the intention is to help as many people as possible. And we, at this point, by 2020, I'd taken this whole nonprofit consulting thing to an extreme, and we had like 12 different projects, and by we I mean like a team of 16 people, had 12 different projects, way too much going on, and it was in community development, economic empowerment, Madison Alliance for Black Economic Empowerment, YGB, Youth Emerging Successfully, and just anything. If it was a great idea and it could help, we were doing it. And again, very laudable intentions, but the impact is not what we think, not what we hope. And I feel like when the PPP came along, one of my organizations had already granted thousands and thousands of dollars out to Black entrepreneurs. And we'd have these gatherings twice a year where we make these grants. And it was a beautiful thing, but then we run out of money. I'm still broke, we still got these projects. So PPP comes along, and I'm like, well, it's for companies with employees, so I don't qualify. But then I'm talking to my accountant, and there's a whole, the book talks about my journey to this, but essentially, he's like, look, man, you can reclassify your contractors as employees, just send them W-2s instead of 1099s. And now my mind is like, okay, maybe I can get some of these resources to fund these projects. And then I heard that there were a lot of venture capital firms and, investment bankers and people who gobbled up all the money. And so now I'm thinking how do I get this into the hands of the people who really need it? So we put out the back call, and I started helping people get money. And some of them, said thank you with a check or two, and some of them it was just out of the love. And then we started teaching classes, this is how you apply. And the intention, my thought about the program was that the intention was to get money into the economy. And our intention in using that, me and my team, was to get money into the Black economy, the marginalized economies. And so in studying the guidelines, we found some loopholes that seemed like, okay, we can reclassify the employees. It's based on your payroll costs, but how much you can get is based on how much you paid people in the previous year, if that makes sense. But how much you paid someone in the previous year is up to you, right? So if it's up to me how much I paid someone, and there's a concept in accounting where you can backdate your expenses. So I can end up owing my team. I see you smile, man. You're like, okay. I said, well, I don't know. But I can end up owing my team money and just tell them, hey y'all, I'm giving y'all a raise. Congrats, but I owe it to you, right? Now my payroll cost is higher, and now my ability to qualify for a higher amount is there. And it makes logical sense. The intention is to get resources to help, but because there's something other than that intention that's there, and there's a need that's there that I talk about in the book where our intentions can kind of blind us, right? Where we start to get off into risky areas that don't serve us. And it created so much risk for so many people and a lot of tough lessons. So the result, the reason why the book is coming out so quickly is because, you know, the FBI did not agree with your boy. It was like, like you can't do that, man. And I'm like, but it don't say that I can't do it, you know? So I didn't know that they were investigating me from like 2020 to 2024 to, you know, earlier this year. But they had started their investigation back then. And during that time, I was rolling. We got like so much money. I'm like all the programs and projects are firing on all cylinders. And I'm setting myself up for this major crash that I don't even see coming. And on February 3rd of 2022, my son's supposed to be coming over, and I get him, at that point I was getting him like half of the week, you know, and you know, we'd exchange me and his mom. So he was running a little bit behind. I'm like, it's all good. So then I hear a bang, bang, bang on the door, and I'm like, I know this boy ain't kicking the door. Like we're gonna have to have a conversation about this. So I'm getting up all like, man, this boy. And then as I'm approaching the door, I hear FBI, open up. And I'm like, oh, that don't sound like my son. I mean, I know he could say those words, but that really sounds like a white man. Like that's, and they said, we're here to execute a search warrant for PPP fraud. And so scary, so scary. I can't express the regret and the fear that I felt in that moment, where I'm looking at least 12 agents in my view, and one of them has their gun drawn and low, and I'm thinking, damn, I know I should have reclassified my employee sooner. Like I should have done something else. Maybe I should have put something else on the application. You know what I mean? Like, but for whatever reason, I was blessed to remember a couple of dreams. I'm very spiritual. I'm very meditative, and I had some dreams where it was very important for me to remain who I was and to stay calm in a crazy situation. And I remembered that, and so I did some box breathing. I did, you know, I was focusing on my breath. I was staying calm, and they were not getting the reaction out of me that they expected. And so what normally happens, and I learned this later, is that, you know, you got the FBI showing up, and your nervous system is so compromised that you're saying and doing things that you normally wouldn't. And so they started asking me questions, and it was Agent Alan Pettigrew and an IRS agent. I'm forgetting her name at the moment, but it's in the book. And she was getting visibly upset. Like when I was in that place of calm, I could see more clearly. And in hindsight, what it showed me is that that whole time of my life, I was in a state of panic and survival. And even though I'm chilling, the need and the intention of helping so many people had me in this survival frame of mind where I wasn't clear. But in the moment, when there's no other choice, there's your back's against the wall, it's a crazy circumstance, it's a choice moment of power where we can, wow, that's amazing. It was like right on cue, like, wow, powerful words. But it was one of those moments where I got to choose. And so the agent, in my clarity, I could tell that he was nervous and he had put his gun away, but he was still kind of shaking with his questions. And I could tell that when I asked him a question, he was like searching for the right thing to say, which is a detail that you might miss if you're panicked and worried about, what's gonna happen next. And so I could tell that they're uncertain about something. And then I noticed that the agent, the IRS agent, everybody else got guns and bulletproof vests, and she got a bulletproof vest in this box of documents. And I'm like, dang, they didn't want to give you a gun, you know what I mean? But she was upset. And I was asking her, like, it seems like you're feeling away. I'm the one with my house getting raided right now. And if I was feeling like it seems like you're feeling, I might not be alive right now.
Wow.
Can you tell me what's going on for you in this moment? And, in a moment of humanity, she was just like, I just want to do a good job, and it turned into a whole, mini coaching session. And if they didn't have guns and bulletproof vests on, you would have thought they'd have came to me in my insight strategy practice to clear out some shit they were dealing with. We were having a heart to heart in that hallway.
Wow.
And I know that impacted them, but still I'm like, man, y'all taking my stuff, So the book was written in the midst of the process, and I had kind of fought the battle a little bit solo. Some trusted people knew what I was going through, but it wasn't up until it was time to go to trial that I was like, man, this is crazy. Like, I'm about to take the stand. And my intent was just to help people, but, I'm telling myself, oh, I'm gonna be able to explain it, reclassify employees, backdate my expenses, it's all good. But explaining myself, I didn't realize that explaining myself could mean I'm explaining it in a federal court to a jury under oath, crazy time. But I'm thinking it's based on intent, right? The actual law around fraud has a big portion of that is based on, did you intend to defraud the federal government? And my stance this whole time has been, no, I'm just following the rules in a creative way. And I'm thinking, like, you didn't say I couldn't. You know what I mean? And look at all of these things I'm doing. So I'm walking in there feeling good. Like, look, we gonna show them it's gonna be all cool. Yeah, the jury's all white, but that's good. I'm good with white people. You know what I mean? Like, they once they realize, they see me, something happens. It's perfect. And I was wrong about that. And my lawyer, long story short, they did not see my intent. They felt like I was lying. And even though I expressed the full logic to them and showed them how I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, like 80-90% of the money, I could trace, with limited records, I could trace back to 30 people that I paid for good work, community work. They were like, nah, he's lying. And maybe if I'd have been more frustrated on the stand or something like that, but I was like this. I was cool. I was breathing. I was box breathing. I was focusing on my breath. I was focusing on my true intent, and that gave me a kind of power in the moment to be like, look, this is what it is. I probably wouldn't do the same thing, but this is what I was thinking. Boom, intention. They found me guilty, and when that happened, it's like the whole world is changing, and I didn't know how to make sense of it. There had to be some good to come from this. And so the book was written in like 3 or 4 weeks to intentionally make sure that good comes from this. And then I can share my journey of these question mark moments, these gray areas, and the difference between this intention to help people. I just want to help people, but there's a reason why I was in such a rush and I was able to compromise in so many ways and find so many risks. And I want to, one, help people that are navigating fraud investigations, but also help people that are navigating their own survival moment and missing the power of their real intention and getting in their own way. Oh, that was a long answer. My goodness.
That's a great answer. I really appreciate your sharing this story right here and now, too. So I'm going to get back to that. But just want to acknowledge, and I think not every person raised their hand about knowing what PPP loans were, but they were during COVID lockdown. And just acknowledge that for many organizations and businesses, that was the money that was available because people weren't allowed to do normal business. So people were put, just like the whole economy is built, people are put between a rock and a hard place already, and that was definitely exacerbated there. And of course, I looked up, because I run a little business down the street, and we purposely didn't apply for PPP loans because we were afraid about who they would come back to bite. But that's very selective as well. Yeah. And we all know the economy, we're in an everything's a racket economy. Everything's an industrial complex. Like, in order to get by, we're required to put so much of our time toward chasing the money. So just acknowledging that the context that happened in. And then also the context right now, you have a book coming out Monday, and then you have a hearing on Friday coming up. Do you want to share your story about that and what you're expecting? What are your hopes and fears? Just whatever you want to share with us about
Well,
this.
my hopes are like, we walk in the courtroom and they're like, I got you, Eric, you good, man. Sorry. You know what I mean? Like, that's my hopes and dreams. My hope is that the judge is like, look, man, I'm sorry. Like, this system ain't perfect, and you know, you probably shouldn't have did that, but I understand you, and you know, just don't do that shit again. You know what I mean? Like, that is my genuine hope and dream. Is that likely? I don't know. The way things been going, it's been a shock this whole time. Like, really, y'all? You're not getting the puzzle pieces there? Like, you really feel like I was out to like steal? You know, it baffles me. But the book was written without knowing the outcome in mind and without knowing what's going to happen, which is another motivation to like finish it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I know it's important that it's twofold. One is I don't want to go away for a long time and it not be available to people. And I don't want it to come out and people be like, well, obviously he had the time to write that because he was locked up. And I also don't want like nothing to happen and then I just get like community service or something, and then there's not this, it doesn't have the same meaning with the uncertainty. You know, this book was written without knowing if I'll get 170 years, which is the absolute maximum of each of the charges, you know, or if I'll get, you know, a few months, which some people are getting for PPP fraud, or a couple of years, a few years. We really don't know. And I wanted to to finish it as a way to be like, I know people are surviving crazy circumstances right now. Like, some people don't know how they're gonna pay their rent. People got baby mama drama, you know, job drama, health drama. And even in the midst of whatever crazy circumstance, if you can find your clarity in that, it's a superpower and it's a message to other people. It's a blessing to other people who are also surviving. And so just like there's something happens in traffic where y'all ever been in traffic where all of a sudden the cars just start speeding up and we like, why the hell was we going slow in the first place? Like, what was happening here? Nothing happened. We just all started speeding up. It's like that slowdown comes from a ripple effect, right? And we can create that same kind of ripple effect in a positive direction with how we survive and thrive in our challenges. We can create and set the example of how beautiful it can be to survive it during a time where most people would think, you done, you know? And people are saying that. And I've had clients be like, look, man, we have a contract, but I just saw this article about you, so we not paying you because we think you're not gonna be able to take, you know, you can't take us to court, you know what I mean? So see you, you know? And it's like, that's like 15 G's, 20 G's, you know? And at a time where they're wanting me to pay back over 400,000, yo, we need that, you know what I'm saying? Or friends, you know, so-called friends that are like, hey, look, I can't help you. I don't want to talk to you. We're not cool no more. You know, they're the exact opposite of what I'm doing right now. They would rather I just disappear from their lives. And at some point, it's a hardship, but hardships give us choice. And I could choose to be mad and hurt by that and be like, how could those people, like, I thought we was cool, it's been years. But it gives me gratitude, like genuine gratitude, to be able to see, like, oh, you wasn't really down. You know what I'm saying? Like, you weren't really down. And now I know that. Or it gives me gratitude to be like, you're obviously going through something, or you have a perspective, and now I get to practice not letting your perception or your opinion become my opinion. What if I started to believe what other people are saying about me? Then the book doesn't get written. Then my son doesn't get the lessons that he's going to get from that. Then other people who need this don't get it because I'm believing what's around me. I get to create that. And that comes from a real intention. Not like me trying to be Bruce Wayne, but that desire to serve and to help is a superpower. And I feel like when we can lean into that, it creates resilience. So on the 30th, I'm gonna be sentenced to something. And we're gonna walk up in there with a whole bunch of letters of support. My attorney, we got some arguments to make around how different people did way worse and got way less of whatever we might be expecting. And we're gonna argue that, yo, this ain't all on people who had some kind of malicious intent. Like this was an admittedly rushed program that had language that even the lawyers and CPAs and business bankers that I consulted with were confused about. They had like 20, 30 different versions of the rules coming out back to back to back over like 8 weeks or something like that because it was so confusing. And the burden, unfortunately, is put on the individuals who were in need, who were in survival. And we're saying it's up to you to interpret this accurately, whatever that means. And if you're wrong, the bank doesn't get penalized, the lenders don't get penalized, the CPAs, it's on you. And there's something not right about that. So my hope is that surviving this process sheds light on that. I think that the Judge Conley was kind of seeing some of that, like, there's a lot of fraud or so-called fraud. Maybe there's something in the messaging that is making that more likely. And he's gonna have a copy of the book, and we're gonna see what that does. So you're all invited to the party, by the way. 1 p.m. on Friday at the federal courthouse, and we'll see.
There's a lot it is your Batman moment, sharing your story. I mean, with the book and with turning this into something. And I was especially moved by your sharing your story of talking with the IRS agents and connecting on a human level. And to me, that is the key. Is everyone's in this system, like, that's the best job opportunity they're seeing for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They're shaking too, because everybody's afraid. You're made to be afraid of everyone else. As you know, that's always the excuse for shooting unarmed people, is or in any circumstances, is the fear. And that's something that I've appreciated. And going back even to how we met when you were founding Young, Gifted, and Black, like, I loved that name and that message, like always focusing on the positive and connecting on strengths and a shared vision for a better situation for all of us. So I admire your sharing your story and what you are aiming to do with all of it. And I do wish you the best on Friday, and I'll be there. Encourage you to go join the party.
Word, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's not, I don't want to sensationalize it. I just want to try to let my trauma be an example of how powerful we can be, even in our darkest times. And it's okay to complain, and it's okay to be scared and be sad and be frustrated. But we're feeling that way because there's something there that is still burning. You know what I mean? It's still ready. And when we're honest about that and we focus in on that, we can choose to keep going. So I just want people to keep going.
Thank you, Eric. You're beautiful. Thank you so much, and all the best. Yes, a question from the audience.
Well, actually, it's not a question, it's two observations. I have experience with PPP as an owner of a small business at that time. And I can remember at that time, the first year, things were so chaotic, that a lot of small businesses couldn't get those monies, but the big businesses did.
Mm-hmm.
Partly because we didn't have the staff, the legal staff, to go through all the regulations and text. But the thing that occurs to me while I'm listening to you is that you're describing something that seems to me really insidious. When you were talking about all this competition between not only small businesses, but nonprofits, and how you're at each other's throats. It seems to me, if somebody's going to stand back and say, well, there's a plot here, that's to take everybody with energy, who's young, who's well-intentioned, and dilute their intentions, their energy from doing good, pitting them against one another.
That's why we call it the nonprofit industrial complex. And I do consider it an eating machine. It's a way to eat real community organizing, just like academia eats public education and knowledge, in my opinion. I think these are ways that these things get taken and commodified, turned into a racket, and pit us against each other. So I just want to thank you again for taking the kind of approach and sharing the kind of message that you consistently have.
Yeah, can I speak to that briefly? Yeah. So the for people listening, the thought was about the insidiousness of, putting people against each other, seemingly almost intentionally, in whether it's with PPP, with nonprofit industrial complex, and I think that there is a very negative side of this that is profitable and beneficial to some. And at the same time, I think that we can lose, if I'm approaching the nonprofit industrial complex as the machine, this like evil machine, and I see it like that, then that's all that it is to me, and that's all it will ever be to me, and I'll reinforce it even if it's not there, because what is it really made up of? Like someone passes away, right, and they bequeath this large amount of money to a foundation. Foundation wants to do right by it, right? So they have this process to grant the money out every year because it's generating interest. And then everybody in this equation is feeling great, except for the person who passed away, of course. I mean, maybe they're feeling even better, but then people are applying, right? And nowhere in there is there an evil person who wants to cause harm. But so I think we need to see it as a problem because there's a problem there. And I think that we also have an opportunity to accept that there's a lot to that story, and that when we can see it more or see it more clearly, then we can do something about it. And we can maybe make a suggestion that, hey, instead of this being a competitive process, maybe we make it a collaborative process and make sure that people are collaborating. But if I'm like, F the machine and all of this, then it's hard for me. I'm not making that suggestion to anyone, and they keep doing what they're doing, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So I think that my hope is that we find more ways to embrace whatever that negative thing is, so that we find clarity, whether it's a traumatic thing that we're experiencing, or it's the nonprofit industrial complex, or a federal case. Embracing it, I think, allows us to see it more clearly, so we can really do something with the information that we're getting from there. And I think we get a lot of power from being like, oh, that's, F them, and it feels like we're resisting something, but I think there's a limit to that energy, and that's where a lot of burnout comes from. So we can talk for hours about that.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm gonna play 2 songs and then bring Sunny back up for another set of music and a little bit of words. And these songs are for Eric. Yeah, I do want to be clear. I think it's the funding mechanism and the fact that the money that we're all dealing with is lent into existence by banks at compound interest, and that we need to make some complementary systems. So yes, it's not, I agree, it's important not to lump the people working in the nonprofit situation with that. All right, so this is a song I learned from my hero Eugene Chadbourne. It's from an old musical, and I just learned it today, so but I thought it was pretty apt. Steal $100 and they'll put you in the stir. Steal 100 million, they'll address you as sir. Scientists will tell you it's a matter of luck and size. Steal Manhattan Island and it's yours for a prize. Steal a silver teapot and you'll land in Sing Sing. Steal the Roman Empire and they'll make you a king. So don't rob a bank, take the whole city hall, and never steal anything small. Steal a farmer's chickens, you'll get shot in the rear. Steal a string of oil wells, you're a big financier. Every would-be burglar should engrave it on his brains. If the theft is large enough, it's capital gains. Bribe a few policemen, you'll be covered up in grief. Bribe the whole department and they'll make you the chief. You'll always be judged. You'll always be judged by the size of your home. So never steal anything Thank you. The more apt song for Eric. This is called Make Believe, and this is my wish for a good outcome for you, the best possible. And in the end, you'll know what you wanted to be, and we're all letting go, and we all wait and see. You may believe it could be, we may believe it could too. And we all wait and see, and we all read the truth in the waves of the sea, in the light of the moon. You may believe it could be, we may believe it was true. And we all wait and see, and we all come unglued, and we all make believe, and we all speak the truth. You make believe it could be, we make believe, and it's true. We make believe, we make believe. Sunny, thank you. That's called Make Believe, and that's my musical version of the Yoko Ono quotes. Dream we dream alone is only a dream we dream together is reality. So Sunny, I'm gonna let you share a few thoughts. I won't ask you any questions. Tell us no lies. No, maybe you could just share a little bit about what brings you here in your life to this stage, and then we'll have you play some more music.
Well, really, you know, it kind of started with, when I was a kid, I saw this little kid group called Another Bad Creation, a group of little kids rapping. So it made me want to get into music. I started doing music then, coming from a strict household, being a young kid rapper, I couldn't cuss. So started rapping at 14. Anything I wrote to the time I was 18 had no swear words in it. It was like I started having to force myself to swear actually as I got older, because I didn't want to get the whole Will Smith effect, you know. So just going through music, and then like I said, having, honestly, one good thing is having a little sister who sang, had a very powerful voice like Christina Aguilera. First time I tried to record her, I started recording my own music. I never had money for studio time, so I had to record myself. First time I tried to record my sister, I realized I had no clue what I was doing, which hence what took me to Madison Media. Not for me recording myself, but really my little sister, which get audio engineering degree, bachelor's degree in entertainment and media business. And then my final year of bachelor's degree, my little sis passed from cancer. Had a very rare cancer. It took her, and it honestly kind of just devastated me. I was like, screw music. I mean, I never thought of having to go through life without, I'm like, I knew she was gonna make it before me because her voice was, oh my God. Like seriously. So a while there, I just kind of moped around, focused on family, didn't want to do music anymore. And then 4.5 years later, 4.5 years ago, had a stroke. Lucky the God didn't take me out. I'm sitting around one day, I'm 39 when it happened, about to be 40, and I say to myself, is this gonna kick off our midlife crisis, or are we gonna ride the horse and enjoy the adventure of 40s? So, choosing to have a positive view, just ride the adventures of 40s, I said to myself, well, what about all this music we've been recording for 20 years? We got on this hard drive, we're gonna just let it go to waste? And I said, no, let's get it out here. So, long story short with all of that, here I am with that. I do want to say hats off to my man Eric, and I wish you best of luck, you know what I'm saying? I know how rough it can be. One thing, being a child of Madison, I went to prison at 19 for a crime I didn't commit. You know what I'm saying? Some guys say I robbed them, sent me there. The funniest thing, I spent 2 years in prison in Wisconsin, and the guards would always say, well, what'd you do? I said, man, I didn't do anything. Well, everybody in here says they're innocent, but I kind of believe you. Exactly. It's like, even the criminals in there, the guys said, you ain't supposed to be here. So we're gonna leave you alone. And when I left, they all rounded around me and said, look, we gave you a pass, so we know you're not supposed to be in here. We can see you have talent with your music, so we want to let you know. If you ever come back, we're fucking you up. Point taken. Point taken. So it's been my life goal to stay out of there, be a good father, best I can. And one thing in my heart now, losing my sister, she with her beautiful voice, I only got to record 2 songs with her. One is on my album, one is a personal song that I'm just waiting for the right time to release. Honestly, I'm an audio engineer. I'm being anal because it's my sister. I don't want to make it sound horrible. So I'm kind of making sure I mix it perfectly. And it's probably been perfect for years, but there's that. So I had planned on doing an all outfit change for my second set. Then I realized I left all my hangers at home. So instead of messing up my suit, I'm gonna keep it in this heat. I'm gonna do this last little set. I'm glad my mother, ladies and gentlemen, over here, only probably the second time in my life she's actually seen me perform a song. And this will be the first time she's ever seen me perform the song with me and my little sister on it.
Oh my goodness.
So, sound guy, I'm ready, let's go.
Man, I do what I wanna do, and you don't like that, then I don't like you. I'm doing me, stay high in the stratosphere.
Sound good, you guys? Is my volume? We good? What?
I'm doing me,
I got monitors
stay
though.
ridiculous. Got it all wrapped in the bag like
Okay.
St. Nicholas. I'm doing me,
Yeah.
set, go hard.
Yeah.
I'm getting my money and I'm running with Demon Squad.
It's official. You got an issue? Then write it down, get some paper and a pencil. All these haters do is cry, go get a tissue. Know I just miss you and want a motherfucker miss you. Look, stay fresh, what the kid do? Dead people talking to me, so I'm going mental. I'm whipping through my steak, smoking in a rental. Feeling like pop, watching the world in my rear view. I hit the cushion, I pull it. They say that Demon Squad clip, they a little sick. I got a girl I call my boo, she a little dick. In the mistress, they keep an eye with 2 full clips. Sunny J stay showing off. Any track that I lay straight going off. I got a zip of that cush, I bet I blow it off. My Demon Squad in this bitch, we want it all.
Man, I do what I wanna do. If you don't like that, then I don't like you. I'm doing me, I stay high in the stratosphere. Blowing six on that loud, I'm out of here. I'm doing me, swag stay ridiculous. Got it all wrapped in the bag like St. Nicholas. I'm doing me, I represent, go hard. I'm getting my money and I'm running with Demon Squad.
Oh shit, I think they might have upped up. They let them beatings in the building, yeah, we looked up. I'm in Wisconsin, running with Dub Mutts. Ask like some question marks, all I can say is what? Not from Milwaukee, but I bet I get my bucks up. I'm a vet off in this game, you a young buck. You got a hot song, I call it dumb cut. Living to the fullest, if you don't, what the fuck's up? Getting dope boy money, no cocaine. Future conflict, boy still smoke hay. Used to say free like OJ. OJ got 15, Conrad Murray got Trey. Hey, what's with the world, man? It's going crazy. Everybody geeking for the money like they blowing yay. But I bet I hit the track like I'm going 8. Ain't no blood up in the sack, man, I'm blowing great. Man, I do what I wanna do. If you don't like that, then I don't like you. I'm doing me, stay high, it's a stratosphere. Blowing shit so that loud, I'm out of here. I'm doing me, swag, stay ridiculous. Got it all wrapped in the bag like St. Nicholas. I'm doing me, I represent, go hard. I'm getting my money and I'm running with Demon Squad. It all started in high school, I was digging you. The whole time I was only thinking about sticking you. Only seeing the physical, wasn't paying attention to the fact that you was different from all the rest of the chickens. You was the winner, boo, insisting that I was feeling you. You got at me, gave me your number, told me call you back soon because you feel it too. Told you I'm on a mission, boo. I stay in the streets grinding, making this cheese, just trying to see my vision through. But what you say, we just ride and do some smoking, just coasting all through the town cause I'm trying to get to know you. I'm hoping you let me know how to keep you smiling and open, no joking. Get it wet so I keep you smiling and soaking. Those notions is what I live life. Just trying to live life, feeling like I'm married to my music like a midwife. In the booth around the corner, moaning at midnight. I just want to show you a moment off in the kid life. I know. Lady sis. Sit back and listen, now baby, just pay attention while I show you the vision of the life that we could be living. In a minute, we can go from having rags to riches. Why you tripping? Cause you think I do it just for the chickens. But I know you feel my soul every time that I'm kissing you, baby, when I'm on the road. Just know that I'm missing you the second I get home. You can bet I'll be giving you all the attention you're missing just to show that I'm into you, baby. Smile when I'm hugging it, loving me when I'm rubbing it. Hooked on the way that you're loving me, girl, and I'm loving it. Putting nothing above it, but I gotta keep the thugging it. Addicted to my music and everything that'll come with it now. Feeling the blues cause you want me to choose. Is it gonna be this music or is it gonna be you? You're making it difficult, baby, I don't want you to lose. But I can't let go of my music, so I'm turning you loose. Okay, it's time to get up now. Yeah. I want to welcome everybody to the first ever performance of a song that's about to come real shit. Alright, yeah. Over the clean whip. Alright, come in my city when I'm back. It's alright. You know that you're feeling it, man. It's alright. Walk through the clouds and I take flight. Okay. I'm blowing up my line. It's date night. Sure, you wanna stay tonight. I lay pipe. And you know that you're feeling it, man. It's alright. I be feeling untouchable, rolling through my city, smoking a fat beat, real good. And them haters can't stand it, they say I'm outlandish, cause they know Sunny J a little hood. And I stay on the grind, so my pockets can be rolling a little good. Knock on the little wood, cause I'm whipping the wood grain in my whip, the beats bang insane, and ain't no feel good. Cause I'm on a different level than what these other niggas came to be. And it's plain to see, I ain't gotta speak game, believe these feet never get a thing from me. Give only bringing me, and let me bang them sheets intelligent. The way I be flowing them numbers and banging beats. You checking the quotes, you can't believe someone as cold as me can bring fire to the coldest scene. And I be on the scene, own it so clean, man, so's the team. And I really don't dance when I shoulder lean. If you really getting money, you should know what I mean. And I don't see no other way for me. Every day smoking heavy, getting paid for me. Feeling made in the MAD, it's alright with me. Not just blazing, you feel that me, cause I'm staying on some real shit. Alright, rolling the clean whip. Alright, in my city when I'm banging, it's all tight. And you know that you're feeling it, man, it's alright. I'm walking through the clouds and I take flight. God's blowing up my line, it's date night. Sure you wanna stay tonight, I lay pipe. And you know that you're feeling it, man, it's alright. I'ma stay on some real shit. Alright, rolling the clean whip. Alright, in my city when I'm banging, it's all tight. And you know that you're feeling it, man, it's alright. I'm walking through the clouds
take flight. Guys blowing up my line, it's date night. Stay the night, I lay pipe. Hey, you know that you feeling it, man. It's alright. I'm staying on my grown man with no plans to quit fail or be left broken. The cloud in my whip got me choking, and the plan for tonight to see some legs open. Bust on the beat like I'm stroking, leave it soaking from the pen on the paper that I'm quoting. My mind open, so I'll be giving them mind blowing lines and keeping the lime smoking. We die hoping to see another day and pray we make it rich before we gotta leave it. So I stay on my master plan, but still steadily exploring different ways to achieve it. They gotta ask if I believe it, cause I walk on the clouds, but to the stars I'm reaching. Trying to see my papers after the clouds till I walk on the pilot with the squad I'm eating. Steadily believing, no cage can hold him and no leash gonna keep him. And every day I'm in the same old mode, getting keg and smoking. If you can't, we can't be friends. Please, Slim, be sure to get a 50 if you see him. You never see me shaving a broke chick, I don't need them. I love it when they come thick, I don't need Slim. I'ma stay on some real shit, alright. Rolling the clean whip, alright. In my city when I'm banging, it's all tight. Now you know that you feeling it, man, it's alright. Walk through the clouds and I take flight. And I'm blowing up my line, stay night. Shorty wanna stay the night, I lay pipe. And you know that you feeling it, man, it's alright. I'ma stay on some real shit, alright. Rolling the clean whip, alright. In my city when I'm banging, it's all tight. And you know that you feeling it, man, it's alright.
Thank everybody for coming with us. I had to save my best for last. It brings a smile on my face.
I promise you I will make it painless. Your girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie. Check my pass rating. Resurrection in all black.
You ain't seen niggas this pissed since Martin Luther was assassinated. Your whole perception of reality is exaggerated. I politic with the masses so you can masturbate it. All I got is my word. If I say it, you can ascertain it. A plan for taking over, Penny. I'm master braining. You girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. You cats wanna be stars, but can't get past Uranus. I'm ahead of the class. I bet you never graduated. You got a jack-off style, really, you masturbated. Came in the game quick, premature ejaculated. I hear him taking no son, you got him exasperated. While my buzz growing so quickly, really, I'm glad you hate it.
I kill it quick, I promise you I will make it painless. Two girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie, check my passing rating. Resurrection in all black, but I'm not the Raven. I kill it quick, I promise you I will make it painless. Two girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie, check my passing rating. Resurrection in all black, but I'm not the Raven. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie, check my passing rating.
You cats need a miracle, that's what the pastor stated. You spit that fantasy, thinking it's fantastic, ain't it? Gastric bypass for you cats because your jabs are weighted. Anticipation from my music, I'm glad you waited. These boys spitting that garbage, really, I had to save it. Superman is Madison rap, I had to save it. Punish the cat like kids because they not behaving. Resurrection in all black, but I'm not the Raven. Ray Lewis on defense, but I'm not a Raven. Rolling through G's like the Packers, but Sonny not banging. Still a no slept on the spitter, but Sonny not complaining.
I kill it quick, I promise you I will make it painless. Two girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie, check my passing rating. Resurrection in all black, but I'm not the Raven. I kill it quick, I promise you I will make it painless. Two girls popping on Instagram, her ass is famous. I'm deadly in the pocket, homie, check my passing rating. Resurrection in all black, but I'm not the Raven.
Everybody, thank you, beautiful.
Thank you, Sonny Jenkins. Thank you, Eric Upchurch. Come back a month from now, fourth Saturday each month at Cafe Coda. I'm just playing us out. My Thank you.